Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda and this is Birch and Lily, where I talk about all of the crafty goodness that I have been up to. Today is a little bit different of a video. I'm going to be showing you how to do the Kitchener stitch. This is something that is used quite often to connect two pieces of yarn or knitting rather together, a lot of the time at the end of a toe on a sock. You might also hear it called grafting. Kitchener stitch and grafting are basically the same thing. So all you're going to need for this obviously is some knitting, some more yarn, and a darning needle, tapestry needle, anything like that. It has many different names. But you can find them pretty much at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, anywhere. And that is what you're going to be using to do the Kitchener stitch. The other thing that you're going to need is an even amount of stitches on both of your needles. So I have 12 stitches on my front needle and 12 stitches on my back needle. If you don't have an even amount, you may be able to shuffle them around on the front or the back. You could have 11 and 11, 8 and 8, anything like that, but they just need to be the exact same on the front and the back. So to get started, what I do usually to figure out about how much yarn I'm going to need for my Kitchener stitch, my yarn is still connected to the ball here. This is just my tail end, which we don't have to worry about. I'm going to take this, and usually to figure out, I will run the yarn down all the stitches like this, back again, down one more time. This isn't anything super precise, just gives you a general idea. And then I leave a little bit extra. So now you can cut the yarn off of your ball. You don't need any of the other yarn anymore. Just need this tail end that you have cut to do your Kitchener stitch. You're going to take your darning needle and attach it. And I know some people will usually do like a set up round before they start doing their Kitchener stitch. I don't do that. I find it makes it look a lot neater for me, and it still works totally fine. So I'm going to show you how I do it. So what I do first, we're holding our knitting like this. We're going to work on the front needle first. So we're going to insert our darning needle with the yarn attached as if to knit. We're going to pull that stitch off of the needle. Then we're going to take the next one on that front needle and go into it as if we're to purl, but we're not going to pull it off. And pull your yarn tight. Now we're going to move to the back needle. We're going to go into this first stitch as if we were to purl and pull it off. Now into the second stitch on the back as if we were to knit, but leave it on and pull it tight. Now you do want to be a little conscious of how tight you're pulling it, because you don't want to make this too tight that it has no stretch. So usually I'll just give it like a nice gentle little tug, and that seems to be enough. Okay, so now we just repeat. So we're going to go front needle, insert as if to knit, pull it off, then the second stitch, or which has now technically become the first stitch on your front needle, we're going to insert as if to purl and leave it where it is, pull the yarn through. Now we're going to move to the back needle. First we insert as if to purl and pull it off. Then we insert as if to knit and pull through. And this is kind of where I will fiddle with it a little bit. You can kind of start to see how it's laying there and if you want to pull stitches tighter or not. Okay, let's do that again. We're on the front needle first, knit, off, purl, on, tight. Back needle, purl off, knit on, and pull tight. Okay, let's do that again. Front needle, knit off, purl on, and oopsies, sometimes it'll get wrapped around your knitting and you just have to fiddle with the yarn a little bit. And we pull it tight. Now we're going to do purl off, knit on, and pull it snug. Again, knit off, purl on, pull it snug. Purl off, knit on, pull it snug. Knit off, purl on, pull, purl off, knit on, and snug it up. Okay, so I'm gonna quick finish off the rest of these and then I will come back to you and show you what you need to do next. Okay, so I have reached my final 2 stitches on both needles. We're gonna do the same as we did before. Knit off, purl on, snug it up, purl off, knit on, snug it up. Now I only have 1 stitch left on each needle. We're just going to do the first part of each needle. So knit off. Usually I'll just keep that sitting on my darning needle there. Purl off on the back needle. My needle is totally gone. And I just pull that yarn through the rest of those stitches. So as you can see here, it looks totally connected and seamless, just like it was knit all the way across here. Usually I'll take some time to just kind of pull the stitches like this and it will even them out a lot. And then for weaving in this end that we have left, what I do is I come to where it's dangling off of here and I'll pull it up. And you can kind of see right here that there's a little bit of a hole underneath where this yarn is coming out of. So I just take my darning needle, poke it through that hole, and pull the tail end through. And nice and snug. And you can't see it at all. So then, when it's time to weave in that end, you'll just flip it inside out. It's hanging there for you. And you're ready to go. So I hope that helped you out. I hope you now understand the Kitchener stitch and you are able to knit your first pair of cuff down socks. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me down below in the comments. And if I did help you out at all today, I would love if you considered subscribing and hitting the like button. And I will see you all again in my next video. Bye!